Have you ever tried to organize a meeting with some peers or colleagues, and maybe you're not all using your Outlook calendars, or you're going people between organizations and you can't see each other's calendars, or maybe it's for a private event, or in my case, studying with some with some other students, and we want to coordinate a time to meet. And you can often get a lot of those to and fro emails. So I looked a little while ago trying to find a way to rectify this, understanding that in this day and age of apps, there's got to be an app for that. So I'm going to run through one that I found. A couple of warnings. I'm not going to judge the quality of this particular app. It does the job it needs to do. I do note it has a lot of advertising on it when you use the free version, but it's good enough to get a job done. So let's get started. So this particular app's called Doodle. Now I'm actually logged in to Doodle, so I'm going to give you a pro tip here. If you ever logged into a site but you also want to see that site not logged in, I hope that makes sense, or you want to be logged into a site with two different users at the same time, if you go up to the menu in your browser, there's often an option, it's not appearing in my recording, but anyway, at the top of here you'll often see something say new private window or new incognito window depending on your browser. I'm going to jump over to my incognito window. Okay, so here I've got a window, so I'm logged in my other window, but this window, it doesn't know who I am. And there we go. And I'm just making this up as I go. So usual things, so Doodle accept cookies. Now what I really like about this particular site is if you just need to do something on the fly and you don't have time to think about logins, you can just go in and create a Doodle straight away. It is meant to be like a simple polling type app, and so what I do here is I just click the create a Doodle. I'm going to go through the process quite quickly. My expectation is you can kind of pause and slow down and look at my click events as you go if needed, and also if there's anything you'd like me to elaborate further on, please feel free to leave a comment. So here I'm going to call a Doodle, call it meeting with peers, put in a location, although, well, I didn't see those before, but this time it's going to be Zoom. You can put a note. Alright, so continue. So then it comes up with a calendar view. Now I'm in the free version, so there are going to be ads exploding in my face. I'm really good at ignoring those, so I apologize if they distract on the screen. So here's a poll. Now it does try to pick a time zone, but I'm finding in the free bit it picks the wrong one for IM. So I turn off the time zone option because I assume we're all in the same time zone, or we know what time zone we're in. Then all I do is I just click and drag and highlight. So if it's an hour meeting, or if it's a 2-hour workshop I'm trying to schedule, just click and drag a whole bunch of 2-hour time slots. Now, again, it's not necessarily perfect. I can't do multiple offerings at the same time, but I think this is okay. Oh yeah, I can. I didn't know that. There you go. So you can drag those around to work out what are the times that work best. So you put in a few options, and yes, if you're trying to do in the next 4 days a 1-hour time slot, I at least what I've had to do is I've had to create, do this for every single day. So feel free to just skip forward a few seconds while my desire to have this neat and tidy dominates this recording. And so yeah, I've had to do that for every single time slot, and these are really early meetings. Anyway, I've had to do this for every time slot for all the days that I'm interested in, and sometimes it's up to a whole week, but I still think it's easier than a lot of emails toing and froing. So now it's decided I'm in Sydney. I'm actually not, and I can't change that. Again, that's maybe a free version issue, and then I hit continue. Anyway, it comes up with these options. I try not to overcomplicate it. I've actually just accept the defaults, but you're welcome to read through what these mean. The key thing for me is I like to make sure that everyone has the same number of votes. I hit continue, and then it says, who are you? I am Gary. I'm going to put in an email address that goes into a black hole and never gets read. Goes on there, and then done. Then you get a share link, and you just copy that link and you send it via an email. Now when someone receives that link and they open the polling site, they'll go to that link, and that includes yourself if you just created the poll. um, it will then come down to the poll at the bottom, and you've got your name. Now, I think you can actually add other people, but anyway. So right now I'm editing this person. This person's me. I can change the name if I want to, and I'm just going to say, yep, I'm actually available these times. Now, just pro tip, on my computer anyway, if there's more times than this little window fits, when I click on it, this thing expands and goes a little weird. Just be patient with it, look for scroll bars, see how you go. So I've picked my times. I'm going to send those to the poll. And more advertising. Now I'm going to go back because I copied and pasted that link before. So because I've copied and pasted the link before, I've copied the link before, I've just pasted it back to go back and have a look, because you'll notice here I'm not actually logged in, so I can't. I'm acting as if I'm just a standard person. An anonymous person. I can go back to this link and I will be able to see more people as I start posting. I'll be able to edit. I'll be able to add extra participants, and more importantly, I can see where everything lines up. So that's what it looks like when you're using the completely free version. The